Growing up with my Zayde, he was a religious man, and
this is the piece that he physically made, and we were able to
when he started
reacquire
this in
and-
1920, he created a piece. It was a locket. This is the locket that I was fortunate enough to obtain.
Well, I think there's a funnier part to the story than you're going to tell that I know, is that it was sold back then, and then your father, my grandfather, bought it back and then sold it.
That's the story.
That's the.
And fortunately, so I found out who it was. It was a customer of ours. And I said, Bort, I heard you have a piece and blah, blah, blah. And he said, Les, I'm a sick man. I don't want to know about it. I said, look, Bort, I just want to come up and see it. So I almost pushed my way up. So I went to his apartment and hugged me and all that stuff. And Shirley, I know them for a long time. So he pulls out the piece and he shows it to me. And realizing that my Zayde made this in 1920, when I put it in my hands, I got so emotional that I was holding something that my Zayde made in 1920. It was really something, and I started crying. And then because I started crying, my wife started. Well, my wife cries. Mom cries a card trick, so there's no problem. And then Mort started crying, and then Shirley started crying. So we were talking about it, and I said, Mort, it was our 75th anniversary that we were being honored at the Field Museum. We're having a major party there. So I asked Mort if we could borrow the piece. He said, yes, you can borrow Lester, but under one condition: you don't touch it, you don't polish it, nothing. I said, Mort, I just love you for it. It's just great. So we had it, and I had it for about 6 weeks afterwards, and while I had our own sculptors replicate it, and they replicated one, only was they had the quality of the diamonds were cut much better today, and I had my sculptor really work it. It was gorgeous. And then I figured maybe I could take this and show Mort what I did in an effort to maybe, if he would see it in his power to exchange it. I got a phone call from Mort saying that I need a gift for my daughter-in-law. Now please ask Shirley to go. Shirley, go get the Jewish star, the locket. Now it's locked. Please, Mort. So she puts it down there, puts the locket down here. I said, I want to show you something, Mort. Then I pull out the one that my sculptor made, and I put it right next to it. He says, what? What's going? What? What did you do? What did you? I said, Mort, I'm going to tell you just like it is. I love the piece so much that I wanted it replicated. I had my own sculptor replicate it. And what are you going to do with this locket? He said, well, I'm going to give it to my grandson. When I pass away, I'm going to give it to my grandson. I said, could you see in your heart for you to give the new one to your grandson and let me have this one? I'll be happy to do it for you. See, Mort was a mensch.